How's it going? Um, so, a few weeks ago, I was watching the Stunt Rock Confusion channel, and it wasn't in his weekly like DJ set. Uh, it was he had a group of people on. They were talking, and he mentioned there was the conversation. It's kind of all over the place, but he at some point, there was in the context of uh, when you're talking to people, like if you're talking to someone you don't really know, and the subject of music comes up, and so what do you listen to? And people respond with, oh, I listen to everything, or a little bit of everything. Uh, and he was saying, Christian was saying how, what does that really mean? Uh, there, and I probably said that myself, uh, in the past. Uh, but yeah, what does that really mean? And he broke out some statistic about now there are 195 countries in the world, recognized countries, and so if you listen to everything, you're listening to everything from all these countries, and then they didn't even go into this, but not to mention how much or how many different types of music are part of that country. It's not just one type of music, so it's really endless as to what it means to listen to everything. So that kind of planted a idea in my head, and I wondered, I wonder how many different countries I have music from. So the last like 3 weeks, I've been going through and you know stacking things up here, switching stuff out, listening to a lot of these, and come up with I have 110 records here to show. So I got to get through these fast, and they represent I think it was 121 countries, and I'm doing this not to show, hey, I listen to everything. It's actually to show, even with all this, it's not enough to claim to listen to everything. Uh, because, like I said, I've got a record here from Argentina. But in Argentina, there's so many different kinds of music being made or have been made in Argentina. Uh, so you can't say, "Oh, I listen to Argentinian music," without being more specific. If that makes any sense, kind of like saying, "Oh, I listen to music of the U.S." Well, is that everything the U.S. is producing or has produced? Uh, so, yeah, and it's kind of like this exercise for myself. Really, I don't know if I can get through these quick. I'm not going to say much about most of these. I mean, practically all of them. I will say there's certain things like the United Kingdom is all, as far as recognized countries, it's all one country. But I have things broken down: England, Ireland, Wales, uh, and I have an album from Puerto Rico, even though that's technically not a sovereign country yet. You don't know. And yeah, just the way the world seems to be right now. I mean, music, don't think there's much question to the fact that music is a unifier, brings unity. So this is the music from all around the world. It's sitting in local record shops all around the United States, Europe, all over the world. So we're going alphabetically, but I'm going to do the continent of Africa first, and then go on with the rest of the globe. So from Africa, I think there are 54 countries in Africa. I have like half of them, 27 is what I counted, maybe 28. But we'll start with Algeria. Cheba Wahida, real nice, singing Rai. Is it Rai or Ray? R-A-I music, which goes back generations. And this is updated. This doesn't have a year on here that I can see. But this is, I think, pretty sure within the last 5 years. And this is great. This is like club music. I'm not into clubs at all, going to clubs, but it sounds to me like stuff that would be played in a club. Yeah, really good. I like that picture. I like how her fingers, the way her fingers are, looks like there should be a cigarette in there. Angola, I showed this recently, Bonga, Angola 72 and 74. It's a twofer from those years. Benin, TP Orchestra, Polyrhythmo de Cotonou, out of Benin. I have a few of theirs. They were like started in the mid 70s, I think, to the 80s. What used to be Upper Volta, now Burkina Faso. Savannah Rhythms on the Nonesuch Explorer series. And a lot of these, just based on the cover, you can get an idea. Central African Republic, the UNESCO series, good series. Most of them have an attached booklet. Cool information. Cameroon, Manu Dibango, the soundtrack to Countdown at Kusini. This is really good stuff. This movie Countdown to Kusini, starring Greg Morris, Ruby Dee, and Ozzie Davis, from '75. And this movie was sponsored by the Delta Sigma Theta sorority. This is a reissue. I think the originals are impossible to find. But yeah, killer, Afrobeat. Egypt, of course, Muhammad Abdul Wahab. It's kind of an understated album, arranger. Ethiopia, traditional music of Ethiopia, produced by Gene Jenkins on the Disc Vogue label. Gabon, music of the Bibayak Pygmies. I don't think that word is used nowadays, but I'm not sure what has replaced it. The Mandinka music, Conti family, Kora music and songs from the Gambia on Virgin label. Ghana, music of the Ashanti folkways. Guinea, Le Ballet Africain, Volume 2. This guy, Keita Fodeba, put this together. I'd love to find Volume 1 on the Disc Vogue label again. This is a cool series. The EMI Odeon label, Musical Atlas, Ivory Coast. I think this is an Italian pressing. I think they came out in France and Italy, maybe Germany. Folk music of Kenya. Again, I'm not saying too much. Libya, the free music, and Habibi Funk label. They're doing excellent stuff. I love the Habibi Funk stuff. I have maybe 10 of their albums. Oh, yeah. The free music, like this has some soaring guitars, mostly instrumental, kind of jazzy. Just has a nice groove to it. Late 70s. Back to Chaba Wahida. All right. Madagascar, Fanajana. This is on the Mississippi label. Thing came out in the early 2000s. And I think the recordings are from around that time, late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, really cool stuff here. And this one, Wagadu Grooves, the hypnotic sound of Camara, Mali. There's some people on here from Ivory Coast, but I think the main person is from Mali. Well, I know it is. That's why I picked it for the Mali. More, 1987 to 2016. Again, this is more stuff that to me sounds like it would be played in clubs, dance clubs, which I like this and that Wahida. So I never knew I was into club music. Morocco, Hamiou Abdul Hamid plays the ney on the Arion label. Niger, Maman Sani et son orgue. Music, electronic music of Niger. Cool. Talk about hypnotic. Nigeria, Baaba Maal and Mansour Seck, Jamlili. 1985, 84. Baaba Maal was big for a while on the Mango label. Songs from a Somali city, Somalia, Jamila. Now, half of this is Kenya, but the other half is Tanzania. Witchcraft and Ritual Music of Africa, collected by David Fanshawe. Tunisia, Another Folkways. Great thing about these folkways, you get them with the insert or booklet. It tells you about the songs, the artists, the situation, the reasons why, if they're any regional things going on, just a history of stuff. Uganda, Something Is Wrong, songs from East Africa. This also has some songs from Kenya, but the majority of it is from Uganda. On Honest John's. Honest John's is another label. It does good work. I guess this is another volume. Same thing, Uganda and Kenya, Belly Acres Listen. This one's 38 to 46. This one's 52 to 57. Getting close to the end of Africa. Zaire, The Sound of Kinshasa, guitar classics from Zaire. The Somali record is originally on this same label, Original Music. But I've never come across that. That one I have is a reissue. This is great stuff. It's like a whirling, repetitive guitar, vocals. Zamrock, Zambia. Ngozi Family, Day of Judgment, Now Again label. This is the bonus 12-inch version. Zamrock seems to become popular. There's another great rock album from Zimbabwe, IQ, Please the Nation. Yeah, this is just pure, like, hearty 70s rock. Now Again, what is this? Now Again, Reserve. Yeah. killer stuff here. It's a double. And so that's Africa. And 15 minutes. Can I do the rest in 15 minutes? Or 20? If I do, I'm gonna have to stop messing with these sleeves. All right. So, on to the rest of the world. Another cool label, the cool series, anthology label. An anthology of the world's music. This is Afghanistan. Has a attached booklet. This is Argentina, Oscar Aleman, swing guitar legend. 1938 to 45, recorded in Paris, Copenhagen, Buenos Aires. And Django Reinhardt fans would really be into this. Javan Gasparian, dudek music from Armenia. It's a kind of solo flute, or you might have some backing in there. It's a good one from Australia, Surprise Chef, something modern. This is from 2022 on the Big Crown label, instrumentals. Yeah, I love this kind of stuff. I don't know what it's kind of referred to as. It's just nice, easy flowing instrumentals. It's kind of album you can put on anytime. You can put it on while you're socializing and conversation with people, while you're doing chores, or you just want to sit and zone out. Yeah, Surprise Chef. Austria, Albenberg, Lulu Sweet, Deutsche Grammophon. Azerbaijan, Azerbaijani Guitar by Rahman Mamandli. I think these are mainly, 1996 to 2002. I thought it was more early 90s. But yeah, this guy, Rahman Mamandli, built his own guitar, get some incredible sounds out of it. Really, like, interesting effects. I don't know how he's getting these effects, but there's his band. Cool stuff on Bongo Joe label. Bahamas, Joseph Spence. Good Morning, Mr. Walker, Bahamian guitarist on Arhuli. Recorded in 71. The Prague. Osiris out of Bahrain. This is from the early 80s. I think it originally came out in 84, but might have been recorded in 82. Excellent album. I just played this the other day. It's kind of like Camel, early Camel. And the booklet talks about Genesis being an influence early, before Peter Gabriel left. But this has the guitars, it soars way more than Genesis. But yeah, excellent stuff. There's a reissue on Faraway Sounds. Belarus, another one on this EMI Odeon Musical Atlas. Belgian, Lucien Gottal. This is a 3-song compilation on Cacophonic of some of his early mid-70s works. Did stuff with tapes and electronics, and the first song, all of side 1, is Diphonium with Harry Sparnay on bass clarinet. Yeah, nice. Bangladesh, Bengal. This is another good label or series. Music disc label, Music Folklorique du Monde, Bengal, Bangladesh. I have a few of those. Another Folkways, Music of Bolivia. And what's playing in the background is this, Orquestra Brasileira de Guitars, Guitar Orchestra Brazil. You might have heard something familiar. There's a song on here by Dave Holland called Nexus. Just a lot of guitars with some saxophone, percussion, very Electric Miles like. Bulgaria, Bulgarian folk songs on the Balkanton label. It's pretty cool. And the back cover reveals the label. Cambodia, another UNESCO. This one does not have a gatefold and does not have an attached booklet. Canada, the McGill Percussion Ensemble. Directed by not Pierre Boulez, but Pierre Belouz. It's a cool percussion album. Recorded in Montreal. Chile. Another one of these musical outlets. I put this on yesterday. Oh man, this is really good. First song, they play these flutes. I don't know if you can quite see them. It's just a one-note flute. And the first song, there's two of these flutes. And at first it sounds like there's some electronic things going on, but it's just the flutes. China, 7 centuries of Chinese classical music, 600 to 1600, the years. So these are like 1500 years old. Some of these from the Tang, Sung, Yuan, and Ming dynasties on the Everest label. I think Alex gave me that. Let's carry on here, 21 minutes. Cuba, Celia Cruz. Czech Republic, formerly Czechoslovakia, Michael Kokab, Odysseus. This is on the Superfon label. Yeah, this is some modern classical, but there's some rock stuff going on here too. Denmark, what else is there but Merciful Fate, Melissa, 1982. Okay, England. To me, this is the most English rock record I have. The most English sounding to me. Robert Wyatt, Rock Bottom. But I just don't get into this album. Is it because it sounds too English? I don't know. And I keep giving it a shot, and I keep it. I was going to get rid of it, but I'll keep it and give it another shot. Estonia, Arvo Part Silentium, with 4 pieces. Finland, the modern sound of Finland, the music of Esa Pethman. Some cool jazz from 1964. Really nice stuff here. Goes a little, just different ways. France, World Library of Folk and Primitive Music, collected by Alan Lomax on the Columbia label. Yeah, this is old music from various parts of France. And I think there's in Spain, one of these, the only one I've come across. There's a Spain and can't remember what else. Germany, Popol Vuh. Why not? So has some great vocal choir stuff here. Is this 81? Yeah. Greece, the artistry of Greece on Prestige International, believe it or not. So you've got 2 bouzoukis, a guitar, clarinet, drums, and a little bit of vocals. Hungary, gotta go with Hungarian Rhapsodies. Liszt with Georgi Zifra on piano doing the interpretation. Believe it or not, Iceland. Christian Thora Heldstadter, solo acoustic guitar. Though there is some sort of backing, like a just kind of ambient like backing to the guitar. How it's being made, I'm not sure. 25 minutes. India, classic, 80-minute raga, Ali Akbar Khan on the Connoisseur Society label, double. I'll just say this is psychedelic, man. Indonesia. This is a really good album. I'd like to talk about this more. Padang Moonrise. Birth of the modern Indonesian recording industry, 1955 to 1969. This is excellent, man. Yeah, I wish I could talk about it at length, but Iran, I decided to go with something modern. I think Alex gave this to me too. Sabah Alizadeh, Scattered Memories. There he is. He plays the kamancha, strings and bow. Another Honest John, Iraq, Gimme Love. Songs of the Brokenhearted from Baghdad, 1925 to 29. And exactly like it says, I mean, this stuff just is aching. I don't understand the language, but I can understand how just melancholy the whole thing is. Ireland, the Bothy Band, Old Hag, You Have Killed Me. Irish folk music from 76. You know, he gave me this is Danny. He used to make videos on the Amoeba trip. Israel, Danny Ben Israel, the Kathmandu Sessions. This is some stony, kind of drony guitar driven stuff, but just really laid back, and it has the classic and prophetically titled "The Hippies of Today Are the Assholes of Tomorrow." And this is recorded in 69, I believe. Italy, Lino Capra Vaccini, percussionist. This is a modern record. 2016 on Dark Companion. Goes through a series of percussion instruments with some backings. A lot of this stuff, I don't even know what is making the sounds, on electronics and things like that, but it's okay, I just listen. All right. One more row here. Japan, had to go with Acid Mother's Temple. You know what? Let's flip this side. The Brazil guitar record. I really play music in the background, mainly because I'm more comfortable talking with music playing. So yeah, Japan. Acid Mother's Temple, one of their 283 albums. Anthem of the Space. Korea, I have just as one. Drums and Voices of Korea. Another fantastic album. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the last of the None Such Explorer series albums. Traditional Music of Southern Laos. Another UNESCO. Lebanon. On bouzouki, Tony Fragier and Tabla Setrak Sarkisian. Figured might as well have a belly dance record here. On this one I just got maybe a week ago. Just came out. This is like a sister label to Habibi Funk. This is from Malaysia. Johari Saleh, Jazz Dari Angseparu. He's a trumpet player, and this is essentially a jazz combo. I think it's early 70s. And these recordings were originally made not for any albums, but to have the tapes to be able to play over the radio. So they were making music for the radio to be played. Uh, and this is excellent stuff. His tone on the trumpet. I'm not a Chet Baker, not into Chet Baker at all. Uh, it's like, but to me, this guy blows Chet Baker away. Yeah, out of Malaysia. And the label is Audible Beauty. Mexico, cool compilation. I had no idea what this was when I saw it at the time. It just seemed interesting. Triángulos de los Especios de Sombra. It's a compilation, kind of electronic, rock even a little bit. But really good stuff. And it spans from, I think, the early 80s to about 2000. Double. It's got notes in Spanish and English. Yeah, really excellent stuff here. Maybe I'll do a video about compilations soon. The only country I have 2 albums to show because they're kind of, they're like sister albums. Mongolia. Vocal music from Mongolia, instrumental music from Mongolia. Collected by Gene Jenkins. Again, yeah, really good. The vocal stuff, and if anyone's heard that kind of singing, yeah. Netherlands, talk about vocals. Here's Grietje Bijma Quintet. Talk about a voice, woo! And a killer band behind her too. This is from 85. She has a follow-up to this I wouldn't mind finding, and we'll go with, can I keep this under 40? So that was Netherlands, New Zealand, Billy TK, and Human Instinct. This is their 3 albums in one box out of New England. Scorching stuff here. Nicaragua, Poder del Alma. Shown this before. This is cool, like Latin soul, Latin funk kind of stuff. Nicaragua. Norway, Ditlev Eckhoff Quintet. Let's see a title. This is recorded live 1968. Jazz quintet with Christian Rhyme on piano, with tenor sax, bass, and drums. And side 1 is they start off with Ramblin', Ornette Coleman, and then get into I Remember Clifford, 11-minute version. Pakistan, authentic music of the Snake Charmer. I'm sure this is a different release on a different label with a different cover. Is this Olympic label? It's a budget. Panama, another one of these. Peru. This is a compilation, like guitar, folky kind of thing, from 1930 to 70. All recorded in Peru, different guitarists on RCA. This is a really nice one. Music from the Tasug of Sulu, Muslims of the Southern Philippines. So Philippines here on the Ethno Sounds label. This is a double attached booklet. 1 record is instrumental, 1 record is vocal. It's all good. I prefer the instrumental. But you can see, I mean, they're using music, instruments kind of like in gamelan type stuff. But yeah, so many of these albums are just Poland. Zbigniew Namyslowski on the Polski Nagrania label. This is a classic here. 73, I think this came out. Yeah, just fiery jazz. Puerto Rico, another guitar album, Cristobal Santiago. Now on the on Stunt Rock show, something came up. I think might have been Romania. I think it was Romania. Like a couple of these cats were saying how Romania is this boring music, and I know they were probably talking about their traditional type music, but to me, this isn't boring. Horatio Redulescu, excellent. It's not traditional Romanian music, but uh, yeah, Astray. I think this is from early '80s, but might have. I think that's when they were composed. I think this came out in '90. And Russia, uh, got to go with Dmitri Shostakovich, Symphony Number 5, with Kirill Kondrashin and the Moscow Philharmonic Symphony Orchestra. Scotland, I don't have much Scottish music. I got Bert Jansch, Lucky 13. Serbia, this is a newer record too. I found this really cheap, and I got it mainly because of the cover, because this kid reminds me of someone. Out of Serbia. It's a trio, piano, bass, drums, and the guitar player on a couple tracks. Really nice, just swinging stuff. Like you're at a little, club or something, just kicking back. But yeah, recorded in Serbia. Really nice. Okay, one more handful here. Singapore. Another one of these. A lot of these. This helps me out a lot, this series, because they go to, I have so many of these that I don't have any other albums from Singapore. Spain, 45. This is confused. Conchita Puello, Aragon y su Folklore. It's a 4-song or 5-song EP of some singing. It's almost like a folky kind of singing, but I imagine this recording is probably like from the 60s with this, the way this 45 is on the Discophon label. Yet another one on this Musique Folklorique du Monde, Ceylon, Sri Lanka. Cool stuff. And even Suriname with Majoy Hajari. This is a cool record. This is arranged by the trumpeter Roger Gurin, and he plays on it too. Like I said, some of these I don't have much to say because I don't know much. I just saw this and it was cheap on Mad About Records reissue, so I got it. And I don't know really anything about it. I think it was recorded in France, but she is from Suriname, and maybe Stunt Rock himself can get into that album more. Sweden, gotta go with some metal. Silver Mountain, Shaken Brains. I think Yngwie Malmsteen has something to do, some connection to this band on the Roadrunner label. Switzerland, Heinz Holliger. Phillips, yet another on the label from Syria. These are good. Thailand, traditional music of Thailand on the Playa Sound label. I got this in England. The price tag is it's a little post-it that was on at this shop I was at. I just left it on there. Tibet, the Gyoto monks, Tibetan Tantric Choir. There's some vocal thing somebody started about vocal music. This fits the bill. Tibetan Tantric Choir on Windham Hill. I don't know if this is originally on Windham Hill, Seems like an unusual thing for them to put out. Trinidad, Tobago, Calypso Rose, Queen of Calypso. Yeah, I don't really get that into it, but she's all right. I mean, it's okay. Turkey, another Okora, traditional music of Turkey. Nice artwork. Is Akakadun Gutbey, Ukraine. It's the only thing I could find. Valentina Goncharova, Ocean. This was kind of popular a couple years ago. I show this a lot because it's only one of two records I have from Uruguay. Matteo Trisante. I'm gonna keep recommending this. Excellent stuff. No, another one, Vietnam. Central Vietnam. Wales. Gotta go with Budgie. Second album. And, well, I already showed Serbia. I guess I forgot to put this back. Yugoslavia. Same. Traditional music of Yugoslavia on, well, I love these Eastern Bloc labels. Radio Televizija, Belgrade. So that's it for the albums. That focus in on the country. Do I have time? I've got a few of these. I won't get into full details. Secret Museum of Mankind is a nice, I think it's a 3-volume collection, but you have stuff here like from New Caledonia, kind of filling in the gaps that I don't have. Kazakhstan, Easter Island, Rapa Nui is represented on that. And this is a volume 3. I only have volume 2 and 3. But yeah, they go to the far reaches of the globe on some of these. The Congo, Burma. And I didn't take anything out for Portugal. I really only have some Portuguese jazz, but on this there is, or no, it's not on this one. This is a nice one too. What was on here that I was going to show? Georgia and Paraguay are on here. But on this, as far as Portugal goes, yeah, I don't have any like Fado, singing Amelia Rodriguez. I'd love to find some Amelia Rodriguez. There's got to be comps out there. I just don't see them. Yeah, out of Portugal. And the only thing I have from Venezuela is off of this. Drill Jazz 5. Virgil Armas Quartet has a song on that. And so I don't forget the US, and to kind of go back to what I was talking about, that this isn't any sort of attempt to show that I listen to so much. It's really how much there is and how much that I don't have, that is missing here. Not just the countries, but within the countries. So like, you know, when you ask, what is the music of the US? Is that the music of the US? Sure. Yeah. US. You know? So That's it. So that was about 121 countries, 110 records. And uh, thanks to Christian for planting the seed, just by listening to a conversation he was having. But yeah, it's really amazing how much there is to listen to. And I enjoy most of these, like 95% of these like traditional kind of musics that I have, I enjoy them. And I can feel something from them. One thing I don't have enough of, or really any of, is like the Scandinavian countries, like traditional music from the Scandinavian countries, uh, and even some of Europe. I seem to have more Eastern Europe stuff than uh, like Spain, Germany, Austria. I don't have traditional music from them. So yeah, if you could hear what's in the background, it's this record from 1986. All right. See you next time. Thanks for listening.